open. Does that make any sense to you? Me neither. And in California, a judge has ordered San Diego strip clubs to be reopened. Apparently not being able to get a lap dance infringes on free speech. Meanwhile, California churches, though, are still fighting for the right to open their doors once again. My next guest has been a thorn in the side of California's COVID crusaders from the beginning. Pastor John MacArthur of Grace Community Church joins me now. Pastor MacArthur, it's wonderful to see you again. Tell me, how do strip clubs deserve more constitutional protections than churches at this point?
Well, thank you again, Laura. It's an honor to be with you. But let me give you the big picture. America's in a moral free fall. Just look at it as I would as a pastor. You murder the babies in the womb. If they survive the womb, you try to seduce them into transgender sexual deviation when they're young. If they survive that, you corrupt them with a godless education. If they survive that, you have a divorce in the family. And if they grow to be adults, you drown them in a sea of pornography. This is a nation so far down in the sewer of immorality and wickedness that nothing surprises me. In fact, I would be shocked if a judge said open all the churches and close all the strip clubs.
Well, the LA Times previously reported this about your church, saying coronavirus outbreak strikes LA megachurch that defied public health orders, but that ended up, of course, being not true. So tell us what really happened, because the last time we had you on, you were inspiring me because I'm a Roman Catholic, and a lot of my Catholic, churches very limited in who could go, and just kind of rolled over, at least early on. They got better as time went on. But tell me what happened there with the LA Times claim.
Well, we had 3 part-time security guards who went to some event somewhere. I guess they were checked and tested positive for whatever that's worth. These were 3 part-time security guards. None of them was ill, and within a few days they were back at work. A Times writer picked up on that and called it an outbreak at Grace Community Church, and they said about me that I had mocked COVID and I was getting my due. As it turned out, 10 days later, the health department came by the church and said there's no evidence of any COVID here at all. They sent us a letter and said you were removed from our website as having had any outbreak at all. So we're talking about 6,000-7,000 people have been in church for months, Sunday after Sunday, no one ill, no one in the hospital, and no one dies. We're like a living illustration of the narrative of COVID being a lie.
Well, Pastor, I actually think seeing Gavin Newsom, at that swanky restaurant, with his friends, no masks on, they're all close together. It's more than hypocrisy. That's an easy thing to say. To me, it speaks to he doesn't really believe what he's saying about COVID. I mean, if he thought it was as deadly to him, he's good shape, he's relatively young, and to his young friends, then, is he insane? He's putting them all in mortal danger. So I think it speaks to his not really believing some of what he's saying.
Well, of course, because the statistics are in. 99% of the people in California are not going to have any effect from COVID. We know those statistics. So what is going on? A little bit of history, just a quick run through history, all the way back to Julius Caesar, go to Napoleon, come into the modern era, every revolution, including Hitler's revolution and the revolution in Russia, every revolution took place in a time when the powers of the people in authority were enlarged because of a supposed emergency. Power-hungry people are using this emergency to gain greater power. This is historic. This is nothing new. And if people don't fight back, they're going to fall victim to whatever the intention of this revolution is.
Pastor, thank you for staying open. Thank you for fighting for the truth of the gospel. We really, really appreciate it.
Justice. My unalienable rights are given to me by God, and those rights are my rights to assemble and have church. I cannot give up those rights. God forbids me to give up those rights. I will not give up my right to have church. I will not give up my rights to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ.
이 나라의 청년 크리스찬의 한 명으로서 한국교회 목사님들께 외칩니다. 목사님들, 뭐 하시는 겁니까? 미국의 성직자도 아닌 판사들이 예배의 자유를 선언하고 미국의 많은 하나님의 종들이 악한 주 정부의 권력자들에 맞서 하나님께 대한 예배를 지키고 있는데 왜 대한민국의 대형교회 목사님들은 가만히 있습니까? 그레이스 커뮤니티 처치의 존 메가더 목사님이나 라이프 테러네클 처치의 토니 스펠 목사님 모두 미국에서는 그래도 메가 처치라고 불리는 대형교회의 목사님들입니다. 미국의 일부 대형교회 목사님들은 악한 권력자들에게 맞서 싸우며 예배를 포기하지 않고 있는데 왜 한국의 대형교회 목사님들은 단 한 명도 그런 믿음과 용기를 보여주지 못하고 있습니까? 한국교회는 그동안 중국의 삼자교회가 중국 공산당의 통치를 받는 관영교회라고 평가절하해 왔습니다. 그런데 고작 예배드리면은 벌금 300만원 때리겠다는 협박이 무서워서 교회에 나오지 말라고 교인들에게 문자를 돌리고 있습니까? 한국교회는 중국의 삼자교회와 하나도 차이가 없습니다. 또한 오늘날 한국교회는 82년 전 신사참배를 결정했던 일제치하 조선교회에서 그 믿음이 조금도 나아지지 않았습니다. 정부가 유독 교회의 예배를 방해하는 것은 부정선거가 드러나는 것이 두려워서가 아니겠습니까? 존 메가더 목사님이 말씀하셨던 것처럼 권력의 굶주린 자들은 독재의 권력을 만들기 위해 비상사태를 악용하는 것 아니겠습니까? 이제 공수처가 만들어지고 부정선거가 이대로 묻혀진다면 그야말로 우리는 자유 대한민국에서 사회주의, 공산주의 독재자가 나오는 모습을 목도하게 될 것입니다. 악한 정권을 향해 악한 자들이라고 외치는 세례 요한과 같은 믿음과 용기를 보여주시기 바랍니다. 이 땅에 죄와 악과 맞서 싸우는 성도들이 있는 한 악한 정권은 무너지고 우리는 반드시 승리할 것입니다.